Today's video is sponsored by Irio Network. Some of the aspects of the platform is that it is open source, the GitHub is available and active, there is zero knowledge data storage, it is built on top of EOS with solid community support. Their first presale window starts March 28th and ends April 3rd with a 20% bonus. And I'd also like to point out they have 5% that is dedicated to an airdrop, which is already live now. Please check out the link to Irio in the video description. Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from TheRightTrader.com back today with another cryptocurrency video. In today's video, we're going to go over our normal schedule. We're also going to cover what's going on with the market right now as far as fundamentally how bad is this for cryptocurrencies, the recent drop that we had today, and just kind of give a recap of everything that's going on. I am not going to go into the details about all the news that came out today. There was a lot of FUD going around. I actually made a separate video about that you can definitely check out to get a better understanding of what's happening. But some of the biggest news pieces were the fact that there was an attempted hack on Binance and that the Mt. Gox trustee has been selling off a huge amount of Bitcoin recently, which could have contributed to the recent downtrend that we've been in since December. Let's go over the general market, and of course we will go over the technical analysis on our normal schedule as per usual. But now with everything that happened with the FUD, we lost some pretty important support levels on a lot of cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is moving back towards $10,000. Ethereum dropped below a major support level. Ripple now moving below $1. And as you can see across the board, we are in the red here. So let's start off with the technical analysis on Nano as per usual. And what happened here with Nano, we dropped back below 120,000 Satoshis. Now, it's hard to tell what exactly is going to happen here. Actually, the recent drop wasn't that bad. It seems to be holding up relatively well at around that 120,000 Satoshi level. I'd say at this point, we are back to downtrending. That's something that I do have to mention, and I should go ahead and even maybe add on this new short-term downtrend line that we're in over here, which is obviously going to put some more pressure on the price. But next support level before getting another significant drop is at 114,000 Satoshis. If we move below that, we're likely going to come back and test 100,000 Satoshis. And at this point, the level that I would consider things, really bad for Nano in the sense that we'd definitely be in a very bearish scenario, would be moving back below 100,000 Satoshis, and that wouldn't really necessarily be Nano's fault specifically. It would just be a result of the general market weakness that we're experiencing, right? Now let's go over to Bitcoin. So to recap what's been going on with Bitcoin and some of the other cryptocurrencies, we were in a bit of consolidation, and we experienced a bit of a tipping point here today, specifically with all the FUD. Now Bitcoin lost its uptrend over here. It's short-term uptrend, I should specify, because our long-term uptrend line is this red uptrend line right over here that I'll go ahead and extend. And we're still above that, which is good. But at this point, we're in this channel between our previous uptrend line and our current uptrend line that's much lower, right? This is our longer-term uptrend line. At this point, if we're not going to see a bounce quickly above $10,000, I think there's a good chance that we start to trickle lower along the downtrend line. And we're not necessarily going to enter back into this symmetrical triangle formation. Although that is possible, I definitely feel that there's a good chance that we, keep bouncing on top of the downtrend line, but that we still move lower, and definitely a pretty good chance that we come back and test this support level at $7,950, and that's pretty much in line with our longer-term uptrend line. So we could see, another bounce there, but things are definitely looking a bit weak here for Bitcoin, and unless, like I said, we get some kind of very quick bounce, there's going to be a lot of pressure towards the downside, and I just put in our new little downtrend line over here. So things could definitely be moving lower here in the short term. And as for the indicators, we're getting some bearish crossovers, which further confirm the fact that there's a good chance that we see Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies fall a bit more until there's some kind of stabilization that comes to help the market. Now, Ethereum is in a very bad situation because of the fact that this was a cryptocurrency that was very well set up as far as telling us what is to happen next with cryptocurrencies, and unfortunately we got the signal today that was breaking below our long-term uptrend line. So if I go ahead and zoom out here, this is not the type of uptrend line that you want to break out of, since it is, on a longer term basis. That was major support. And not only are we moving back below that, but we're also dropped below this $764 support level, which is also very critical. Now we do still have some support, over here near $620, a bit of support near $700, but the bottom line is that we're now in this range between $500 and $764. So the next major support level is indeed at $500, which is already a pretty big drop from where we are currently, and just a massive drop from where we're as we went back to the all-time highs. Indicators turn bearish, and at this point the bullish scenario would be getting back first above $764 and then maybe breaking back above the downtrend line. That would give us some time to consolidate, but this is definitely the bearish signal that we were looking for to tell us that Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies are likely to move lower. Like I said, only thing that would put us back into a more bullish scenario would be getting back above $764, but really want to get back above the downtrend line at this point. Let's go ahead and take a look at Litecoin, see what Litecoin has been up to, and let's see what it has been doing. So Litecoin is moving lower here in this downtrend. Indicators took another hit. Now, we didn't go all the way down to $165. We could definitely test that level again. I'd say that's probably what's going to happen if we continue to move in this downtrend. And we'll see if we get some kind of stabilization there. Definitely a lot of support in that area in between $170 and $165. So that's definitely a bounce area. But if we drop below that, then is when we might start getting more concerned of a move back to $100. We would also probably have to get back below $145 to see that happen. So it's a little bit early to tell here for Litecoin, and we still have to see how much weakness is about to come into the market, and for Litecoin specifically here. But let's go over to Ripple, which I believe just got a pretty bearish signal, and what we had today was a move below our long-term uptrend line. We are currently hanging right on top of our support at 84 cents. That is a pretty important support level, because if we move below that, we're probably going to be moving back towards 65 cents, maybe even around 50 cents, and that's putting us closer to this other major support level at 30 cents. So I'd say 30 cents is about the lowest that we would probably go on this drop, and that would be a very kind of disastrous type of move, but definitely a lot of support at 65 cents, and that's a level that we'll probably go back and test if we drop below 84 cents, which is looking somewhat likely at this point, as it's really hanging on the edge here. And indicators all pretty flat, not giving us any real bullish signals. Not super bearish, but definitely nothing we want to see. Let's go ahead and take a look at NEO, and we'll take a look at what it's been up to. NEO is currently continuing to downtrend. It's been very consistent here, putting in lower lows, lower highs. Indicators took a massive hit, big drop on the MACD, histogram, and RSI. RSI now below the 40 line. Very consistent selling volume that's actually increasing, and we just dropped back below $100. Now we do have a lot of support at around $85, but breaking back below $100 is one of those signs that tells us that we could be moving lower in the double-digit range now. So move below 85 cents would probably push us very quickly towards, there's a lot of support at 75 cents, but we're really going to start moving closer to 50 cents if we continue in this downtrend over here. So definitely have to keep an eye on this, and this blue downtrend line, which is our short-term one, is a good indication of the short-term strength, and of course we have this longer-term one that we now just dropped back below. Let's go ahead and take a look at Stellar Lumens, which is actually one of the cryptocurrencies that was already weak previous to this drop, and it's funny because it's actually holding up relatively well here compared to other cryptocurrencies. That is most likely due to the fact that it has been acting weak and dropping before what happened today. So indicators actually turned a little bit bullish, got some crossovers on the MACD and histogram. Obviously the general market condition isn't great right now, so that may hold Stellar back, but it looks like we're going to see some consolidation between 3,000 and 3,500 Satoshis for Stellar, which is actually very good compared to the rest of the market. So hopefully that does happen for Stellar. And let's go ahead and take a look at Vertcoin now. See if Vertcoin has been managing to hold up. It did experience a pretty strong drop just yesterday, and we now see that we're moving slightly lower. We are now back below $3.23, which is a major support level. And the next big support level is at around $2 and then $1.54. So we never actually came all the way down to test that significant support level at $1.54 recently. We went down to $2, but we could see, I think we're probably going to see a move down to $2 at this point, and maybe even to $1.54. All the indicators kind of falling off a cliff right now for Vertcoin. Once again, not really Vertcoin specific fault right now. It was actually in the process of recovering. It's just that these altcoins specifically have a very hard time doing well if the big ones are completely weak, and then that's what's happening with Bitcoin. So everything is interconnected, and it kind of plays on each other to fall even lower. Now let's go over to Lisk and see what Lisk has been doing. It's definitely kind of been hanging on the edge, and we now see that we have a green candlestick right now, but no real bullish signals, and we're still downtrending here. Can't really expect much else. We'll have to see if we're going to move lower in this little triangle and maybe get a bounce off $12.15. What would be good here actually, and there's definitely a possibility of this happening, seeing this green candlestick, is a move out of our blue downtrend line, and then maybe some consolidation here at around 50 cents. Ideally want to get back above 17 cents. So sorry, $17.46, and then start consolidating up there. So that could be our bullish scenario. Let's go over Cardano, which also has been right on the edge of a pretty big drop, and actually today we're moving below that level, which was 2,500 Satoshis. Next support level is at 2,000 Satoshis, and after that all the way down to 1,254 Satoshis. Definitely very bearish action here from Cardano. Indicators showing no signals of a reversal, and probably going to be moving lower here until we break out of the downtrend. Let's take a look at our last crypto, which is IOTA, see what IOTA has been doing. And it looks like IOTA is moving lower here, resting on the $1.47 support level. Hopefully we can see some consolidation between $1.47 and $1.91, but we could be moving lower towards $1, and if we break below $1, that's when we're going to see a massive drop all the way down to our next support level, which is all the way down to 33 cents, getting some bearish signals on the indicators as well, especially the MACD and histogram. With that being said, everyone, this is the end of our daily crypto update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.